Hey, Jimbo, you ready for this deal?
Let her buck.
Old stories like long lost friends, rodeos and late night bends, history before our time, round pens and pasture rides, cowboys of the Osage.
Howdy, friends and neighbors. Time once again for the Cowboys of the Osage podcast with your host, Jimbo Snively and Cody Garnett. Now let's sing a little bit about it. Cowboys of the Osage, riding once again. Always got some time for a friend. And here they are, the Cowboys of the Osage.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Cowboys of the Osage podcast, brought to you by the Ben Johnson Cowboy Museum, the Buck and Flamingo Turquoise Shop, and Saucy Calf, traditional Native American food, all located right here in historic downtown Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Hey, it's old Cody over here, and as always, I have my main man with me, Mr. Rodeo Historian himself, quite the songwriter too, Mr. Jimbo Snively. Hey, Jimbo, good to see you. What's going on this morning?
Hey, Cody boy, it's another great day in Osage, man. And Cody, you know we've always talking to the winners. I mean, that's just what we do here.
We got the men of the hour here.
We got the men of the hour. We got right down the line. We've got Jared Campbell, Luke Campbell, Branch Horn, and Blaine Roberts. And another part of their team was Kason Brewer, and he lives in Tennessee, so he couldn't make it over this morning. But anyway, they just won the Youth World's Championship at the World's Working Ranch Rodeo Association down in Amarillo, Texas. That's really a big deal. I mean, that's the finals. You know, they qualified. They won it here at the Ben Johnson's, how they qualified. And they went down to Amarillo and just kicked butt down there.
Yeah, they did.
So it made us proud.
Second year in a row, we brought a championship team from right here.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
The Sooner youth team won it last year.
Yeah.
And then another team from right here won second this year.
And they're the Hat Creek Cattle. That's the name of their team.
Right here? This is the Hat Creek?
Yeah, Hat Creek. They all got their hats on.
Hey, where did y'all come up with that name, the Hat Creek Cattle Company?
Off a Lonesome Dove.
That's what I thought.
Best movie ever made.
It was. I think that's probably the best Western ever made.
Best anything ever made.
Oh, my gosh, so good.
Yeah.
Just so good. Who's your favorite guy on Lonesome Dove?
Gotta be Gus.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Branch?
Say Newt.
Did you cry when Gus died? Anybody? Tear up just a little bit?
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
For Gus?
That was a good one.
That was awesome. Well, how'd y'all put this team together?
We all worked together a lot of times out there at the ranch, and last year we didn't, but this year we figured like it's our last year. Let's put us a team together and go on and see how we do. And we had a good season this year. So
you day work together? Or how's
yes,
that work?
sir. He comes over and works for us over there at the our ranch that we have, Hat Creek. So we ended up getting them too, and they're our little man Branch.
Wow, awesome. So you grew up Cowboys? I mean, just natural.
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's too good.
Yeah, that's right.
I know.
That's right. I read somewhere one of y'all rode in the trailer in a hammock all the way to Amarillo this year. Which one was that?
Branch.
No.
Did you sleep in the hammock, Branch?
You know, that's how I used to get to rodeos, Jimbo. We didn't have living quarters trailers or camper or anything. We had the nose of our trailer. We'd get up in there with the saddle blankets and stuff. And
Right. It's a little different rodeo now, isn't it, with all those big bloomer trailers?
I know. Didn't sound like they had one, though. They had a ranch trailer headed out there.
Right. Well, how else would the ranch Cowboys go?
Heck if I know, Jimbo.
Yeah, that's got to keep it real.
I tried to stay roping decent so I didn't have to do all that hard work back home on the ranch. I tried to stay gone.
Yeah, these guys are the real deal.
For sure.
How many ranch rodeos did y'all go to last year besides the Ben Johnson one?
4, I think. Four.
Where all were they at?
Yes, sir. WRCA, Oklahoma, Pawhuska, Ben Johnson, Hugo and Council Grove. So 4.
Yeah. And you won the one here to Ben Johnson. That's how you qualified for Amarillo.
Yes, sir.
How many teams did they have out there at Amarillo this year?
I think 13.
13 teams.
Yes, sir.
From all over the country, I guess.
Yes, sir. Arizona, Kansas, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, all around, really.
Well, that's a pretty awesome place. I mean, big crowds and
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Were you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's
a little different.
You get in
than,
that tunnel. It's a mixture between, excited and nervous. I'd say.
Yeah.
You guys said you day work around together. We all know what day working is right here, but there might be a few of our audience members that don't know exactly what day working is. What is day working?
Go ahead.
I guess I'd explain it as if a ranch needs help, that just their full-time guys, can't do. They'll hire out people, cowboys to come help on the ranch, and they'd be classified as day workers. And so, kind of how I like to make money is I like to go day work for different ranches around, and it's fun. You get to meet a lot of people and work around a lot of really handy guys and learn a lot of things. So.
What all kinds of work do y'all do when you're day working?
A little bit of everything. Drag calves, brake check cows, just really anything they ask you to do.
What's your favorite? Drag calves?
Dragging calves. So.
Cody, back when I was welding, because I worked for an oil company, and I decided I want to make some extra money making some calf tables. And I copied them off the old Connor style, which were here in Pawhuska. They were real famous. They were world famous calf tables, but they quit making them a long time ago. But I had an old one, and I copied it exactly like it, and I built several of them. And I sold most of them, but everybody wants to drag calves. There wasn't no calf table.
Well, I mean, I think it's good for your horses. It makes a good horse.
Right.
What do you guys think about that on dragging calves? Does that help your horse out some?
Oh, tremendously. I mean, you can go in there and you can drag them, you teach them how to log. And, I mean, when you go in an arena, same thing. I mean, you take them from there, they already know how to pull and everything. And it's kind of all right. I think it's better. It's good on your calves, dragging them, and it keeps your cows settled down. You riding through them and stuff. So, me personally, I like dragging them. But
I had one guy, rancher, tell me the only reason he had cows so he could drag calves.
Yeah, it's a big thing, Jimbo.
I know.
I mean, it's like it's like their birthday when calf dragging day rolls around. I feel like.
I know it. What were some of the events out there at Amarillo? Now, were they the same as all the ranch rodeos? Are they all pretty much the same, or was it different?
Yes, sir. They're all pretty much the same. Yes, sir. Yep. We had doctrine, calf dragging, wild steer race, sorting, and trailer loading.
What's doctrine consist of?
You head and heel a steer or jersey or whatever they bring in there, and then you chalk it between the eyes.
Pull that a little bit closer to the edge for you guys. You're coming through good. You just come through a little better that way.
Sir.
And Blaine, you won the top hand. What do you have to do to qualify? I mean, who decides that?
they have judges around there watching, and they see who does the most. Or some rodeos go by points, and some don't, like how you perform or if you stay capitalizing on everything. And there's just certain things they judge off of through the whole rodeo.
Now, I suppose y'all just brought your same old horses, ranch horses that you used to riding, and
Yes, sir.
they were already ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
What about the wild steer race? What does all that consist of?
Fast.
That's interesting. That sounds like an interesting event.
Yeah.
Things might get wild.
I can't picture that in my
It's in the
mind.
name.
I know.
Yeah.
It's luck of the draw, really. I
Yeah.
mean, you can draw one that run out there and stop and let you on. You can get one that'll muck you out and take everybody with you. But if you draw a good one, it's not a bad event. It's either helps you or it takes you out of the rodeo.
So is it a little bit like a wild horse race? Do they start them off in a buck and shoot? Mm-hmm. What, do you got a rope around their horns or something?
Yes, sir.
And your team, you're all out mugging it, and then one guy has to jump on it?
Yes, sir. They put a rope around under its belly and stuff, where you grab on top like a bull rope kind of. And when we mug it, you can get on.
Oh, you don't have to put your own rope on.
No, sir.
Okay.
I mean, some rodeos have it where you do, and some rodeos don't. It just depends if they have tie strings or not. But
Gotcha.
they'll let them out, and you gotta get on before the first line. But there's 2 lines. You gotta get on before the first one, right across the second one. So, but it's mainly luck of the draw, mainly.
Who rode the steer?
Luke Campbell.
You're the rider.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Did you have any trouble? Get off the side or anything?
No,
You stay
sir,
right in the middle?
not this year. We stayed in the middle this year, thankfully. So it worked out good. It was good. It was fun. We drew a pretty good one. He come out strong, but he didn't just take us all out. So it worked out good.
Right.
How many head did y'all compete on over there? Was it a 1-header or a 2-header or 3-header?
Like rounds?
Yeah, how many go rounds?
1 round.
1 go round?
Yes, sir.
Dang.
Yeah, better make it happen then.
Better make it happen in 1 go round.
And I mean, the sorting comes out with 30-second runs or faster. I mean, or trailer loading can be 20s.
Well, tell us about that sorting event.
The sorting.
What is the sorting event?
You sort out 3 head in consecutive order, and it's the fast one to get all 3 sorted. They gotta come out in consecutive order.
Do they tell you? So is it the same steers for everybody, or is the same herd for
Yes, sir.
everybody?
Yes, sir.
But it's not the same steers each time, is it? Or do they give you a number to start
They
off
do.
with?
So like they'll give you, let's say 1, you go 1, 2, 3. Well, the next people may draw 2, and then you go 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So just depends what they give you, but so most of the time you'll sort the same ones out a few times. They'll give you your first number will be different, but most of the time so.
You think they have enough cattle in the feed yard out there to give everyone their own herd, Jimbo?
I know. Well, they should have in Amarillo. But what about the trailer loading? What's that consist of?
You sort one out and you run down there and you load it in the trailers. You shut the middle gate in the
You don't
trailer.
rope it?
No, sir. You just run. You sort it out of the herd, run down there. You shut the middle gate and then you run a horse in there and you load the horse, shut the back gate, and get on the back of the truck. And whoever does it the fastest.
What was y'all's best event?
We didn't really have an event. We were just averaging everyone.
Yeah.
We placed in every event. We didn't win any events. We just
Right.
placed
Just
in them.
steady.
Yes, sir.
Going for that average.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Branch, how old are you? 6? What's your favorite event?
What's your favorite event? What's your favorite event? Steer riding.
I like steer.
Steer riding.
I bet.
You know, he goes by the old cowboy code. Don't say nothing unless you absolutely have to.
Right. I don't blame you.
I don't blame him either.
Blame you. Won't get you in trouble that way.
I could have stick some of
Right.
that advice through my years, Jimbo, for sure.
Right. What kind of prizes did y'all win?
We won all kinds of stuff. We got some Yeti coolers and some knives and buckles and some money and what else did we win?
Well, that's
Bags, all
really,
kinds of stuff.
yeah.
Really, just all kinds of stuff.
Did y'all have to make
Ropes.
another trip out there to haul all those prizes home?
No, we got lucky enough. We could fit it somewhat. It was
We
tight.
threw ours just in the feeder of the truck. So we put all ours in.
What did the top hand get anything different than the rest of the team?
Yes, sir. We got a custom ordered set of leggings, set of spurs, a knife, and a wild drag, and a hat certificate. American
Okay.
hat. Yes, sir.
Did you get to celebrate any, or did you just have to load up trailer and go head home?
Oh, that night we all went to the rodeo, the men's rodeo. I guess that was kind of our celebration.
I bet. Did you have any cute girls hanging around?
There was a couple.
Winners always get the girls, you know.
Oh,
that.
yeah. What was it like walking through that trade show and in the rodeo after you guys won? I bet everyone knew who you were, huh?
A little bit.
Yes.
Did you get a lot of congratulations?
Yes, sir.
How'd you prepare for the finals? Did you do anything extra? I mean, how do you practice this? I mean, you work on the ranch every day, but do you do any specific practicing?
Not really. We team rope 2 days right before just team roping, just practicing roping really. But other than that, no, sir. We don't do any.
Just let your ability do your talking.
Yes, sir.
Well, they go out and work every day,
Yeah,
Jimbo.
they work, you know, I guess.
They're getting paid to practice.
Yep, they're paid to practice. But these events, you know, even though they're ranch supposedly ranch events are a little bit different. They're under control setting and a little different. I just didn't know if they need to practice it or if they had a special way of doing it or not.
Yeah, Blaine, were you out there practicing that wild steer riding after when y'all were team roping?
Oh, we did one day before the Ben Johnsons. I don't know if it helped us. I think we just kind of got mauled around a lot, but I mean, it was an eye opener for sure. Them old roping steers they was taking us out.
Otherwise, we're glad Luke didn't take us steers to the steer riding at Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I was not going to be the steer provider for the steer races. Nobody would have got a time.
All of us got mucked out hard.
Well, next year we may have to call you in for some tougher steer riding steers if we have that event.
Oh man, well we got them at the house, so just if you need them. I mean, I'm glad I aged out because I won't be riding them.
So you've aged out?
Yes, sir.
So this is your last time at the youth. Are you going to keep a team going, Jared?
Yes, sir. I made a team with a kid up from where he lives over. He lives in No Water.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to keep the tradition going.
Yes, sir.
Good.
How do you make a team? What's the rules to make a team in the youth division there?
Everybody, like, if Branch, we want him on our team, he'd just go buy him a WRCA card. And like I said, like the men's, you have a team card.
Mm-hmm.
You put all of them on card. The youth, you just enter with them. So like the men's, you got to go through that whole season mainly with that team. The youth, you can basically swap around the whole time. But once you get qualified with that team, you've got to stay qualified with that team. You can't switch up, so.
Do your ages got to add up under a certain number or anything?
65.
So the 5 of you got to add up to under 65?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay.
That's what made it tough with me and Blaine being at the final age, about to age out because we had to get old Branch because because we was getting up there in the ages. So it worked out. We got Branch, he's 6, but he holds his own really well. So
He's liable to win 10 more of these.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
They're gonna
Be the Trevor Brazil of the youth ranch rodeo.
probably.
I could see it.
Probably. The other day, you guys do some roping, don't you?
Yes, sir.
You guys do some roping. I saw where your brother was roping with Trevor Brazil at a roping the other day.
Yes, sir.
And who were you roping with?
Corey Koontz.
Oh, man. Talk about some legends. What kind of roping was that?
14 and a half. It was at the Riata Buckle.
Oh, okay. So your horses had to be qualified
Yes, sir.
for that roping?
We proxied our horses. And what proxy is the guy that your partner has to be on a Riata eligible horse. A proxy don't have to be, but
Okay.
you can rope. Your horse can be a proxy as long as the guy heeling or heading for you is on a Riata eligible.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
So was Corey riding the Riata or were you riding the Riata?
Corey.
Holy moly. These boys must rope pretty good to get calls from Corey Koontz and Trevor Brazil to come rope with them, Jimbo.
I imagine.
Holy moly. Do you do any other roping?
Yes, sir. I go to the USTRCs and stuff like that in the World Cup finals. So
You had a lot of success in those?
a little bit. It's been a dry spell here for a little bit, but a little bit. Yes, sir.
Well, you just got to rope through it. It'll get better.
Yes, sir.
No doubt about it.
You boys in rodeo too? Any?
Yes, sir. I love team roping.
Really?
Me and Blaine team rope together quite a bit. So
I thought you'd be a bull rider since you was riding that steer.
no, sir. I don't want any part of them bulls. I'll
They go by the motto, once they get too big to rope,
Yeah.
you eat them.
Yeah, that's our motto. We're in Osage County, most of us.
He's a pretty good saddle bronc rider too, Jimbo.
Really?
He's got a really cool picture from the cavalcade where he's fanning one with his hat.
Wow. That is cool.
well,
I'd like to get a copy of that picture.
I got lucky. I got you.
I'd like to get a copy of that picture. We're going to put these boys here in the museum, Jimbo.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
got to get a couple things from them.
I love their name, Hat Creek Cattle. How cool is that?
I know. We were talking about that on the phone a couple days ago. I said, Garrett, I bet that came from Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, it did.
And you're like, God, I bet it did too.
You guys are probably Lonesome Dove fans, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Have you watched it, Branch? Have you watched Lonesome Dove?
You don't know.
It's a little bit long for him, he said.
Yeah, I love that hat, right?
What's that trade show like out there in Amarillo?
Oh, it's awesome. It's the king of trade shows.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
I've heard it's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Where do they have that? What's the name of that pavilion or whatever they've got down? Do you know?
Civic Center.
The Civic Center.
Amarillo
Yes,
Civic
sir.
Center.
It's right downtown, Jimbo, I think.
Is it?
I've never been to it.
I haven't either.
I always, for some reason, I figured they had it out at the fairgrounds because they have a huge arena out there, but
Yeah.
no, they have it down at the Civic Center.
What made you guys want to be cowboys? Just love the lifestyle?
Just kind of grew up in it, I guess.
Are you going to continue it on as you get older, or you got other plans?
We plan on it. I
Yeah.
think all of us plan on it. Yes, sir.
It's a good life.
Yes, sir.
You guys got some bucking bulls.
No, sir.
Okay.
We
You're
don't.
telling me you're at the BBI finals and
Yes, sir. We shag bulls at those deals.
okay.
And kind of like the safety men. But what it is they put a dummy on the back of a bull, like a 2-year-old or yearling bucking bull, and they buck them and they put that dummy on for 4 seconds. But we don't own any bulls. We just work them.
So you're the guys in the arena roping the bulls?
Yes, sir.
Dragging them out or what?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's called shagging?
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
I thought you shagged baseballs. I didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was a slang word from the UK, man. That's
Yeah.
Austin. Y'all ever seen Austin Powers?
No, sir.
No, okay. Y'all should probably
This
watch
isn't
it.
an Austin Powers group here, Cody. I could have told you that.
No, that one movie was called The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
It means a little something different there.
But when you're out in the outfield when they're taking bat practice, the guys are chasing down the balls, or they shag balls. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, how the heck do you get a gig roping bulls in Vegas?
My dad used to rope bulls at the PBRs a lot, and he took a break when we moved to Tongue River. But when we moved up here, we went back to doing, and he does a few PBRs. But them little bull fraternities, they asked us once, and we started going. They keep asking us, so
I bet that's fun.
yes, sir.
I bet that's a good time.
For sure. Y'all ever go out to the finals in Vegas yet?
No, sir. Nope.
They just rope with the guys that rope there.
just rope,
That's their
yeah.
team roping partners, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Did you guys get a lot of phone calls congratulating you?
A few more text messages.
Phone calls, text messages.
Yes, sir.
I bet y'all were overwhelmed with it, huh?
Yes, sir.
All kind of people proud of you. What's your plans for next year?
I got a men's team with my father.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Pretty tough team.
It's a team. Can't say how tough, but we like it, and we're gonna try it again. We qualified last year on it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about you? What's your plans for next year?
I don't know. We're trying to put a men's team together with my dad, so hopefully we can get something worked out there.
Building fence. You guys build much fence?
We do a little bit, but it's at the house. It's our arena fence. That's about it. We don't build wire fences.
That's hard work. That's building fence. There's better jobs on the ranch than building fence.
Sir.
Dragging calves.
I used to day work for this guy. We'd get done day working, and he literally considered it day work. So he went and found other stuff for me to do for the rest of the day when we got done processing cattle or something.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I was helping a guy one time. We went and I don't mind. When you hire for a day, we're there all day. So, do whatever work you want. But we got done working one day and we went out and fixed a bunch of fence till it was dark.
Yeah.
I was working for one of the drumming deals out here west town one time when I first moved to this country, and I could not believe it. When we got done working cattle, whether it was noon, they'd cut us loose for the day. When we were done for that, whatever they hired us for that day, they'd cut us loose. That's the first time I ever had that, Jimbo.
Yeah. Man.
Around the house, I didn't get paid anything, but our day's work was.
But you work longer to make up for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I don't know. That ranch work's good. Good life.
That's right. When you're branding calves, what is the process of branding a calf?
You drag them. You
drag
cut
them.
'em.
You rope them around the neck. You rope them around the feet. What do you do?
Us or our ranch, we do neck, feet, and all of it. We flank all of ours. We don't use North Forks. But you give them their vaccinations. You brand them, so at least if they get on the neighbors, you know which ones are yours.
Dang right.
How many people do you usually take to drag calves? A team?
We'll brand about 250 a day probably, or 300, so about 15 guys.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good sized crew.
Brent-
Wouldn't take that near that maybe had a calf table.
Nope.
That's almost a cuss word around here, Jimbo.
I guess I had trouble selling them.
That's like calling someone a
I'm trying to make it-
derogatory term.
Trying to make it easy on them. Well, we like to drag our calves.
Well, you didn't put your rope on them in the chute when you were roping at the house, did you?
I guess so.
All right. About the same difference.
Yeah.
What's you guys' plans this winter? Feeding cows? But there's a bunch of cows to feed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when a guy's feeding cows every morning, do they drive back by them and count them, I guess?
Yes, sir.
It always looked hard the way they're just all bunched in there,
I know.
count several hundred yearlings or something. I don't know how you do it.
The only way I could ever get an accurate count is we got two of us, and we drove them in between us, and everyone counted them, and half the time, no one came up with the same number, and we'd
Right.
have to do it 2 or 3 times. Some of these old guys, they can just drive right down that line and just,
Right.
all of a sudden, they'll come up with the right number. You guys good at counting cows?
Depends what day it is.
I would say the same thing.
What kind of cattle are y'all raising?
Black Angus.
Like Angus.
Yes, sir.
Y'all too?
Yes, sir. And then over where my dad works, we've got a bunch of registered bulls, and so we got Black Angus and optimizer bulls and just a little bit of.
So the ranch your dad works for, they pretty much just specialize in registered bulls?
For the most part, yes, sir. And then, you got your all the, you got all the registered cows, and then we got commercial herds over there too. So a little bit of everything, but mostly a lot of it's just main focus would be, I guess, the bulls.
Is it a little different working bulls than it is working cows and calves?
Yes, sir. With them registered bulls, especially, you gotta be pretty easy. We ride through them a lot, and
How do you guys get them so gentle?
we ride through them a lot, and they get messed with a lot, and they get they're spoiled. They get fed a lot too.
I went to Wyoming one time. You know Lee Eisenberger, Jimbo? Mm-hmm. We stayed at his house for a couple days between rodeos, and we went and helped him gather a bull. And we had to ride a long, long ways. And, up there in Wyoming, they don't have ponds or tanks or anything. They got water tanks just out in the middle of the pasture that they, with a freeze-proof hydrant. Anyway, Lee just goes and parks his truck out there by the fence in the middle of the pasture. And I said, how are we going to get this old bull on here? He said, just watch. Well, we drove him up there, and this big old gentle bull just stepped right up in the trailer, and we left. It's acting like he knew where to go. We didn't even park it by the fence or anything where he had to drive around, drive him around like a cattle thief and load him. Just loaded him out pretty much in the middle of the pasture. Didn't have to rope him or nothing, unfortunately.
They had him trained.
Do any of them ever get mean or on the hook, or is that mainly the cows?
Well, with all them registered cattle, you gotta, when they're born, or at least a couple days after they're born, you gotta go out and you gotta rope them and tag them with the cow's tag and the bulls, so you know which bull they're out of or by, and then which cow they're out of, and then so sometimes when you rope one of them calves, one of them moms, they don't, they'll kind of get on the fight a little bit, but usually we know which ones kind of do it every year, so we can be on the lookout, be like, oh, there's old 234. She might come at you.
You guys got any horse breeding operations, or where do you come up with your horses?
Yes, sir. We got a handful of mares that we breed. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, same here.
Is it a certain breeding y'all breed, or
I think cow horses.
cow horses?
Yes, sir.
You sell the colts, or you keep them?
Yes, sir.
Get them started? Or?
Yes, sir.
And Luke, you guys got horses you race too?
Yes, sir. We got a couple mares, and then we got a stud that we breed all of our mares, and then some of our family and friends, they'll breed some of their mares to our stud. So we raise a lot of them colts.
What's the breeding you guys have?
He's own son of that Cat stud, so I guess he'd go back to highbrow cat.
Oh, okay. That's pretty popular stuff, that highbrow cat anymore, it seems like. A lot of ropers are using them highbrow cats, it seems like. For sure. Branch, what rodeo did you get clotheslined at? You remember? WRCA?
Yes, sir.
What happened? What event was it in? Was it the wild steer race?
No, doctrine.
Is the
Doctrine.
Yep. I guess I'm to blame for that. I run out there and I necked this big muley, and Kaysen was coming in there to heel him, and I was looking back at Kaysen, kind of, I was just rolling that calf around, and then little did I know I was looking back at Kaysen, waiting for him to heel it, and should have been paying better attention, because right whenever I was turning, I seen him out of the corner of my eye, and I went to, by that time it was too late, and I was on one side of Branch, and that Millie was on the other side, and the rope was right in the middle, and it just kind of took him off.
Oh, he was on his horse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, heck, I was thinking he was on the ground.
Yeah.
No, sir. It was, I felt horrible after. But
Did it hurt, Branch? Or you just get right back up?
He got right back up.
Right back up.
I figured.
He's
a tough
cowboy.
kid.
Shoot,
It ripped his saddle off.
It ripped the saddle off.
That
Wow.
rope got caught around the saddle, and we was attached to it.
He got right in front of the swales.
It's not a good deal. Not one of my proudest moments, but you live and you learn.
Anything that can happen will happen in the rodeo arena sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it.
We made sure it didn't happen again. I'll tell you that.
Well, Branch was in the right spot. You just took him over to the wrong spot. The cattle.
Yep, that was it for sure.
What else is Branch's jobs on the team? What about the branding? Does he do the branding? Does he stick the brand on them?
He holds the herd.
Holds the herd?
He holds the herd.
You got to.
That's the most important job. If you lose the herd, you haven't got nothing.
Yep, he holds his own on the sorting too. He works the line pretty good.
Does he?
Yes, sir.
Nice. He's wearing his Hat Creek Cattle Company shirt. You guys all wearing. 3 of you are anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hot diggity dog. Well,
He got his world championship buckle on too.
let me see.
He's sporting it.
That's right. You guys aren't wearing your world champion buckles?
Nope, I'm not.
No, sir. I got mine hanging up in the house.
Oh, heck, I figured your mom was wearing it or something.
No. No, sir.
Well, Jimbo, what else you got for these boys today?
Well, just let them know they made us proud. I can't believe we just keep going out there and kicking butt.
I think we're going to be proud of these boys for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they're just getting started.
They're just getting started. They're good hands. They're top hands, each and every one of them.
Don't tell them where they're headed.
No telling where they're headed. And I'm glad that they qualified for out there at Ben Johnson.
I bet we see old Branch out the NFR someday.
I'm sure.
Early
I'm
as he's
almost
getting
sure.
started.
Do you like to rope, Branch? Do you like to ride bucking horses?
A man of few words.
Well, boys, we sure appreciate you coming on today.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be looking for your names in the future, each and every one of you. Good luck with your team next year.
Thank you.
Branch, he's going to win him 10 more of these.
I can see it.
I done see it. Well, guys, we're dang proud of you, and we're so happy that you brought home another world championship right back here to Osage County, where the best cowboys in the world are from, and according to us, anyway.
Yeah, that's our view, but
And we really do look forward to watching you guys in the future, too.
Sir, well, thank you.
Sir.
All right. It's been another good one, Jimbo.
yeah, I've enjoyed this one.
Branch, we couldn't hardly get a word in edgewise over Branch.
I know, he couldn't get him shut up, but other than that,
What about Thanksgiving? Y'all got a good Thanksgiving planned?
Yes, sir.
You know what we used to do every Thanksgiving? Have an invitational roping at the house. My dad didn't allow my mom to cook any kind of turkeys or anything. We had to eat steaks or brisket or something on Thanksgiving because he said he never sold a horse to a turkey rancher. So,
Understand that.
yeah. You guys like turkey, or are you more into the beef?
I like beef.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Our world used to revolve around deer hunting during Thanksgiving. I asked these boys if they got their deer yet, and they weren't hunting. So.
Well, most cowboys don't hunt, Jimbo.
I guess not. Well,
it's just
I
the way it
never claimed
is.
to be
You
a
ain't got
cowboy.
time. You got work to do while everyone else is hunting.
Yeah, I was a lot of things, but never was a cowboy.
Yeah, I mean, we never hunted either. Just because I don't know. We had much better. We had that invitational roping on Thanksgiving instead of going and hunting. All right, guys. Good luck for everything, and we appreciate you coming in, and we're damn proud of you.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, everyone, be sure and if you need some turquoise jewelry, go over to the Buck and Flamingo Turquoise Shop. Get over here to the Ben Johnson Cowboy Museum. Check out our gallery. We have
Get you a hat.
We have all kind of stuff. Get you a Cowboys of the Osage hat. It's looking good on Jimbo. And we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for coming in, boys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Later.